Hey there, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how you can create a Modal Nodes frog bass in phaseplant. So you can create Modal Nodes rhythm like this.
My personal strategy for victory is to total annihilation. The only plan that matters.
The specific sound for the breakdown is going to be this one, which sounds like a frog, and I think Modal Nodes are using Reason for this, but I'm going to show you how you can create this with phaseplant when you don't own Reason. Also let me know in the comments if Reason is worth it to create rhythm with. I'm really interested, but I'm not sure if I should get it or not. So please let me know in the comments what you think. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. This is what the phaseplant patch sounds like. For the post-processing, I only have spec comp at the end to just make it louder because the original signal is really quiet and I just wanted to enhance it so you can clearly hear it when processing and you are able to hear more clearly what the individual processing steps do. Without and with spec comp, it brings everything up. The first step is the wavetable right here, and I'm using a square wavetable which is being modulated by an LFO. In particular, I'm modulating the square wave with a quarter note shape. In the next step, we are adding some filtering, which is essential for the voweling. We have a high pass filter with some Q, so the mids get emphasized a little bit when it's sitting here, and also a low pass filter to get rid of some of the high end. I'm using a new LFO for the high pass automation and the first LFO for the low pass information. Now we need a sub bass, obviously, because we cut out the low frequencies here. This is why I added a new wavetable right here, just a sine, which is going into lane 2. So the first signal, the square, is going into lane 1, and the new sub bass layer is going into lane 2. And I also added a disperser on the sub, so the sub signal gets delayed, so it creates some nice swing when playing together. Besides that, I added two more LFOs. This LFO is modulating the level here, the volume, which is basically doing the same as the first LFO for the square wavetable. The second LFO is just modulating the master pitch here, but not on a quarter note basis. The speed is basically half a bar. The first hit is a little bit higher and the second hit is a little bit lower, which is also typical for rhythm. Now we are getting to the source, which really helps getting these characteristics out of the square. This is a filter table. So I'm using the Pride Vowels filter table here, which is essential for the tonality. It sounds like this. It's sounding like a fast phaser. I'm modulating the cutoff, the resonance, and the filter table position with LFOs. Also, I added a note thing right here, which allows us to get a playable key tracked sound. I put this onto the cutoff, as you can see here. This LFO from the beginning is modulating the resonance and the table position, as you can see here. And I also added a new ramp up LFO, which is just responsible for a slight cutoff modulation. And this is also happening in quarter notes. Also ignore the macros I assigned here. These were just for tempo automations because I started modulating the speed of the LFOs to get slightly longer variations. As you can see here, I put the filter table before the voweling filter automations, which we added before. The following step involves the filter table again, and I'm using the multi-formant filter table right here, which is responsible for some high end to get that screechy character. Also make sure that this is happening after the first filter table and before the filter automations we added at the beginning. You can also see that I'm using the raw phase mode on the second filter table, while I'm using the linear phase mode on the first filter table. I played around with all different phase algorithms here, and for this particular context, these were the ones which were sounding the best. But of course, there's no right or wrong at the end of the day. Just play around and keep what sounds best for you. I'm using the LFO from the beginning again for the filter table position, also for the cutoff and for the resonance. I also routed the cutoff to the note thing again to receive a playable key tracked sound. Now we are adding a third filter table, which is a band reject filter, and I'm using the nasko band reject filter right here, which does not have the spike on the high pass, but just on the low pass part of the filter. This is what it sounds like. It's creating some movement in this high mid area right here. And it's also helping getting that froggy texture. I also put the mix on not 100%, but of course you can put it on 100% to get a stronger result. but for me it sounded best on 67%. I'm modulating the filter table position with this new LFO right here. Besides that, we have this lower LFO right here over the span of half a bar, which is modulating the cutoff a little bit. And this is also happening before the filter automations from the beginning and after the first two filter tables, as you can see here. Now we are getting to the real magic trick. Also shout out Nasko for recommending this to me. And you can see that now ring mod is involved. I added a new oscillator right here, a sine wave, which is being modulated by a distortion. And I'm using the overdrive distortion here with some drive and bias. Bias is really important. And the crucial step is that you send this signal to the sideband. So not to lane 1, lane 2, lane 3 or the master, but to the sideband instead. So we can grab the signal on our ring mod effect, which we added, which allows us to modulate the signal with our distorted bias sine wave right here and to get that crunchy texture out of it. You can also see that I added 2 ring mods right here to just get a stronger effect. The bias is on 32% each. With just one ring mod, it would sound like this. So way less intense, and with 2 ring mods, it just got more intense. The ring mod processing is also happening before the filter automations from the beginning and after the filter table automations. And this is not being modulated in any way by the LFOs, so you can just throw this on your effect chain. Now we need to give the sound some space, and this is why I added a convolver here and a comp filter for some more stereo. You can just play around with all different kind of convolvers. The Brixed one worked best for me, and also the comp filter is working great for some nice width. Now we have to add some true processing, which is happening in lane 3. So I'm routing the lane 1 signal, which is the square, to lane 3. The sub-bass, which we added earlier, was already in lane 2, and this is also being sent to lane 3. And in lane 3, we have another ring mod right here and some distortion. And the ring mod is also grabbing the sideband signal again, the signal which we added a few steps ago. And this is basically helping gluing the sub-bass and the tonal information together. The bias in the new ring mod is being modulated by the ramp up LFO, which we added a few steps earlier. And the distortion is being modulated by a brand new LFO, which looks like this to just bring up the signal in the second half, which was sounding nice for me. But of course, there's no right or wrong. So make sure to play around with different LFO speeds and also different shapes to get cool and creative results. I'm modulating the drive, the dynamics, and the mix with this LFO. I also added some bias and a little bit of spread. Now we can elevate this one step further by adding a randomized LFO right here, which looks like this. And this is modulating the cutoff of the first and of the second filter table to just get different tones. So this is an easy way to get quick and cool variations. And that's basically the end of the sound designing process of this froggy Modal Nodes bass. If you are now interested in grabbing filter table or also phaseplant, I now do have an affiliate link for Plugin Boutique in the description. So if you want to grab the Kilohearts stuff or any plugins, make sure to use my affiliate link in the description. It would definitely help a lot supporting the channel. And if you just want to support the channel for free, just make sure to drop a like and comment, which helps with the algorithm a lot. I would appreciate that very much. If you want to see how we did the post-processing for the context and also the other main sound right here, just let me know in the comments below and I will feature this in an upcoming video. With that being said, shout out Modal Nodes for creating this awesome, inspiring music, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great day and goodbye.